I'm back. Hello. So, this is my giant water bottle. Sorry. Didn't mean to apologize for introducing you guys to my water bottle. I love confetti and sprinkles, like the aesthetic of them. Anyway. Anywho, so I'm back and I filmed, I don't know if it's up, but I filmed like a 40-minute thing, and then I was like, I still have more thoughts. Like, that's how many thoughts I can have in a day. So why don't I just share them and talk more? Also, day 2, or maybe I posted this before, who knows? I do still have this pimple. So I think it's interesting that we call people who have back acne, or we call back acne backney. Have you ever heard that? But we don't call chin acne chacney. Anyway. So, my thoughts today. I just wanted to talk about some of my favorite dog breeds. I am on a dog kick today, I guess. In my leisure time, that's what I want to talk about. So, some of my favorite dog breeds. One moment. Alright. Come on up. This is Sophie. Oh, well, that's Sophie's tail. Real nice, Soph. Well, there's a window right here. Come on. Hello. Well, alright, I guess she just wants to chill there. And goodbye. And here she is. There she is. Oh, okay. She doesn't want to be on camera. That's fine. She's her own person. So, I wanted to talk about some of my favorite dog breeds with you. Some of my favorite dog breeds of all time. I've talked about them before, some of them. But they change over the years, and it's been a whole journey because everything is everything, as I've talked about before. But like, when my favorite dog breeds change, so is my personality changing. If you guys want to know what I was just holding, it's this. It's my phone case. Isn't it kind of pretty? I love, my mom and I have been loving Mesa colors, like, the past, like, year or so, over a year. And, we love, like, the terracottas and the terracotta and seafoam. Like, it's considered seafoam, but to me, it's lichen color. Those two together, so good. So good. Lately, I've been realizing that this kind of reminds me of a Band-Aid. So, but it doesn't ruin it for me. I like the color still. And it's like a mesa scene. I think we got it from Casetify, but I actually don't remember. I don't remember. Anywho. My favorite dog breeds for a long while now have been, well, it used to be the Newfie, and that's still up there, but let me just give you my top dogs, okay? My top dogs. I want to discuss them because they might change over the years, and that's great. That's perfectly fine. My number 1 is the Japanese Akita. They have my heart. I love them. Number 2 for me is probably the Yakutian Laikas. They're just fascinating to me. I love them. We'll get into that. Number 3 for me, I don't even want to label them because those are definitely my top 2, but the rest gets real murky for me because then I start to like be like, no, maybe they're number 3 for me. Maybe they're number 5. I don't know, but whatever. I'll just list them. So I also love the Chow Chow. I also love the Newfoundland. And I also love greyhounds. I love both greyhounds and Italian greyhounds. They have my heart. And I also love Basset hounds because I grew up with a Basset, and my heart goes out to that breed so much. And there's something about having a basset that is home. It's like an anchor to me. We don't currently have one, and it breaks my heart, but one day we will have one again, because they're home to me. So, am I missing any? I love the Kai Ken. They're also another native Japanese dog. Yeah. I'll talk maybe a little bit more about dogs that I used to really, whoops, that's my dog's cage, sorry. I used to really have an admiration for the Shikoku Ken, which are another Japanese, native Japanese dog breed. I do love them still. They are just a lot. They're gorgeous. They're stunning. Absolutely stunning to me. I also love the Tamaskins. They are, now I'm getting into the dog breeds that are like, I love, but, I gotta pee my dog. One moment. Does anyone else's dog do that? It's like when she's hungry, she's like, I am so hungry right now. And it's like, girlfriend, like, but it's fine. Were you guys able to hear her use the button? Pretty cool. Anywho, so these are dog breeds that I've definitely considered, and like, I like them, oops, but I don't know if I have the love for them that's like long lasting. I don't know, like, I don't know how to put this, like, they aren't like one of my favorites, but I do love them, and I have an appreciation for them, and I've definitely considered owning one, before. The Tamaskin is also one of them. They are bred to look like wolves, which I think that they're just stunning. They're beautiful. There's no like concrete look of them, just like the Yakutian Laika right now. They're kind of a newly developed breed. So it's not like all Tamaskins look the same, where there's like a base Tamaskin really. And there's not really a base like Yakutian Laika. Like, they all do kind of look alike, but there's no like concrete fur pattern for Yakutian Laika right now. I also love Dalmatians in terms of short-coated breeds, in terms of like more normal breeds. I don't know. They're one of my favorites. I don't know. I think that's all I can think of right now. But those are all great breeds to me. I love them all. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing any that have like been in my top circulation. But definitely the first ones that I've mentioned are ones that I've definitely thought about owning more frequently, and I'm pretty sure I'll own at some point in my life. If not, like, I would just like to have sort of a hand in the breed. Like, I would like to like be somehow involved in the breeds. I am somewhat of a dog enthusiast. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I find dogs to be fascinating. I think a lot of people they actively don't really understand why I like dogs so much. Like, they kind of are confused. They're sort of like, oh, like, she's like such a like dog mom, like, oh, she loves the doggo, she likes to boop the snoot, oh, she, and it's like, no, it ain't like that. Like, you know what I mean? And I wonder if a lot of other dog, like, people who like to be in the dog space get this as well. Can you guys see? I feel like my head's being cut off, and I don't love that. But, like, I think a lot of people don't get that. I don't think the average person understands why someone might be a dog enthusiast, or if somebody might be interested in the dog space. To me, maybe this sounds very sterile and very cold, but yes, I love dogs. I think they're beautiful. I think they're great. They're cuddly. They're great companions. But I also think they're a beautiful tool. And I think they're a tool unlike any other tool that we own. Truly. It's a living, breathing animal who typically enjoys our company, likes us, offers us social interaction as well as physical interaction, like physical help. I think it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Because of course we can use horses. Of course we can use other farm animals perform duties, okay? But what other animal do we bring into the house and they help us? And it's like a two-way street. We help them, they help us. I don't know a whole lot. We have cats, we have other pets. They're our pets. They serve as that. I just think dogs are this incredible resource that we have. And I just think it's so cool. And I love pairing. I love seeing breeds of dogs being paired with the right human being. I love it. And I'm such a pro advocate for people, if they do want a dog breed, to find the right dog breed for them, to research, find out what dog breed suits their family and their home, because so many people are mismatched with the dog that they have, and I think that's so sad. I also find it so beautiful seeing a dog do what it's meant to do. I think that is so incredible. Seeing a border collie do what it's meant to do reminds me, and I don't know how many people out there are going to get this, but it kind of reminds me, like, not just a border collie, but seeing any dog do what they're meant to do, what they were bred to do, reminds me of when God fills us with our purpose and what we're meant to do. Might sound crazy to some people, but I think I do. I see that, because I'm like, I see them doing this beautiful job and loving it and knowing instinctually right what to do. I love seeing those videos online where it'll be like somebody who breeds a certain type of dog for what they're meant to do, and it'll be like almost straight out the womb. These dogs are like actively displaying characteristics of their nature. It's so cool. I mean, and you'll see, I mean, I've been around plenty of Basset Hound puppies in my day, because we were a Basset Hound family, and I mean, little Basset Hound puppies, they know how to work that nose. They know how to find things. It is just in them. And all Basset Hounds, the way that they play is a certain distinct way of playing. And it's just, I love it. I love seeing these animals do what they were meant to do. And there's like the instinct within us all that I feel like is so beautiful when it's released, when we're able to act on those things, when we're able to fulfill our own characteristic and nature within us. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Human nature being in alignment with itself is one of the most incredible things. And I love seeing that in dogs. I love seeing that. And I think it's so cool that we still use dogs to this day for so many things. Like, I love seeing, this is less common, but I love seeing Newfoundlands doing water rescue. I think it's so cool. Like, and imagine being rescued by a Newfie. I mean, come on. How incredible would that be? It's incredible. Now, I do kind of want to talk about some of my other my favorite dog breeds here. I love the Akita Inu. I could talk forever about them. I did talk quite a bit about them in my other video where I'm looking exactly like this, because I filmed it like, what, 14 minutes ago? But, so I might talk about the Yakutian Laikas, because they are my second favorite dog breed. I think they are so cool. Like, a part of me thinks that I'd like to own one day, but I'm still in the process of researching. I've researched them for years, but I'm still in the process of, like, learning about them. But, oh, and I wish I could bring up the statistics that I know, because, oh, it's fascinating. It's fascinating, but I wasn't prepared. So, maybe one day. But these dogs come from the coldest place in Russia. The coldest place. Yakutia. Or, well, technically I think Oymyakon is the coldest place in Russia, but it's like, I think it's 5 hours away from Yakutia, and Yakutia is the coldest inhabited place. Anyway, if I get the minute details wrong, just don't correct me. No, I'm just kidding. Do. It's fine. So they are from the coldest place in the world. And they're still such a primitive breed. To this day, they are actively being used. They're actively being used by people, and they're actively being used by the nomads that live there. And that's so unbelievably fascinating, because the temperatures there in the coldest inhabited place in the world reach insane degrees. Oh, I wish I could remember the degrees. I want to say it's like -80 Fahrenheit. That's definitely, it might go even more than that. But there's been so many times where their temperature, what's that called? I was gonna call it a temperature machine, but the thing that tells the temperature, what is that called? I can't believe I can't remember what that's called right now. You know what it's called. Sorry, I think someone was passing by. Anyway, so they're in the coldest inhabited place, and it's so crazy because the thermometer, that's the word. I think that's the word. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Has broken in the town before, so like several times. And there's so many things about Yakutia that I find to be fascinating. You can research all about it, and it's just, I mean, I could research it for days. There's documentaries about it as well, and I love them. About the way that they even, they drive around in their cars, and they have to keep their cars like either running, or they have to keep their cars in like an insulated thing. It's just, there's just so many cool things about it there, and it's fascinating. But yeah, like, they keep these dogs, and these dogs have been with them side by side with these people forever. Like, it's so cool. And they have done so many different jobs. So like, they have never been for just one single job that I'm aware, because they've been used for hunting, herding, sledding. I mean, that's very common even today to use them as sledding. And they've been used as male dogs. They've been like as sledding male dogs, and it's wild to think about this, but like, they used to go in a line of, I think, 12 dogs, maybe 11 dogs on a sled, and they'd have to carry like 1,000 some odd pounds of mail to all of the residents, and that'd end up being like 100 pounds per dog, which is, I know that's like kind of sad to think about, but it's also fascinating to think about, that these dogs have been just so resilient, and that these dogs can withstand such hardship, and they're friendly, and they're far more biddable than huskies or most other Nordic dog breeds. It's incredible. And they're sweet and friendly and loving. And I just think it's so cool. And their fur is supposedly incredibly soft, which is also amazing. And each and every one of them looks so different than the other. When you start to get into the world of like show dogs and stuff, it is kind of interesting how they end up kind of looking all cookie cutter. You look up like well-bred show line golden retrievers, for example, and they all kind of have the same look to them. But it ain't like that for Yakutian Laikas. They're still such a new breed to the AKC that they all look so wildly different from each other, and it's so cool. And I just find them so fascinating, how they're so resilient. Yeah. And how they've been used for so many different things. It makes me just wonder how many more things they could be used for, and how versatile they are. I think that's so fascinating. I love it. I absolutely love it. What else was I going to say? Oh, but they love sledding, and I've heard that they are more fast than a Samoyed, less fast than a Siberian Husky, but that they have endurance, that they could go potentially even further than a Siberian Husky, I've heard. And I just think that's so cool. They are just these amazing dogs. And I have wondered quite a few times if for a dog trainer they would be a really good fit because of how versatile they've been used for so many different things in their history, that I wonder if they would be a really good fit, or at least I know that they'd be a very good fit for a home that loves to do a lot of outdoor activities, you know, ski joring and bike joring and Kenny Cross, dog sledding, of course, all sorts of things. I just think they're just such an amazing breed. So that's that. And their resilience in the coldest temperatures in the world gives me encouragement for my own resilience in life, you know. One thing y'all gotta know about me is that hardly anything is exactly as it is. Like, I'm sorry, but my mind just automatically thinks of everything in the spiritual way, or in like a way that isn't just as it is. I don't know why my brain is like that, but it just is. So most of the time when I see like a dog doing something, or like if I'm thinking about, wow, it's so amazing how they live in the harshest temperatures, my brain is automatically going like, wow, imagine the spiritual resilience that dog represents. Nah, I don't know. But yeah, I find them very fascinating. So I think that's that. I love greyhounds. I love greyhounds so much, which is interesting because they also are so so different than the rest of the dog breeds that I have interest in. And you know, because they're such short-coated dogs, and I don't think I could really say that they're that resilient. I mean, I think that I don't know, not resilient in the way that a lot of my other favorite dog breeds are. But I think I just love them so much. So anyway, I don't know. I think that might be all that I wanted to talk about. I guess it's just me talking about the Yakutian Laika and how much I love them. And yeah. It was interesting too because while I was sick with toxic mold, which I talk about a lot on my channel, I learned so much from the Yakutian Laika and the Japanese Akita. Really, I could say the Akita in general, but I had such a fascination with the Japanese Akita specifically. Both dogs are highly resilient, and looking at videos, watching videos of them really helped me find my own inner resilience during those times, especially when it was so hard. And it tied to my strength, and they helped me, and it's kind of a weird thing, but they did kind of help me strengthen up my own ability to be confident in myself. And it was really helpful because so much of the time I would be, you know, we have harsh winters where I live. Harsh winters. Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Harsh. You think you've seen snow, you have not. And I mean that so seriously. And I mean, when I was dealing with toxic mold, my entire body would be aching. I mean, it was all around. Every single issue with my health that you could imagine happened. So my body would be aching, and I felt like I just didn't want to go outside. I just wanted to stay inside, and I just felt like I wasn't strong enough to endure. And something about watching a Yakutian Laika through the harshest temperatures, the harshest conditions, the coldest inhabited place in the entire world, and they are working. And they are surviving and they are thriving because that's the element that they were born in. Something about that really built my endurance, my resilience. I was able to watch videos of them and really connect that to myself. Like, wow. Like, and I feel such a kinship with those dogs. And that's so interesting. Like, and just as they endure these hardships, so can I. It was very beautiful that I am so glad that I had them as an example, as a help in that way. And during that time, you know, I've talked about this a little bit before, but I used to be a person who did not enjoy any sort of do-it-myself type of activities. Like, I like to pay somebody else to do things. Let's just put it that way. I wasn't a person who was like, I'm going to fix things myself. I'm going to go out in nature and I'm going to build something myself. I was not about that life, okay? I liked a beautiful nature walk, but I wasn't about roughing it. I wasn't about camping in any sort of a way, really. I mean, camping, like, oh yeah, it's cute for the aesthetic. Like, it's cute for, like, oh yeah, maybe like one night and it's like cozy and whatever. But like, before being in mold, before being in toxic mold, before going through that, I was like that. And then going through it, everything around me really helped me build up my own resilience, my own endurance, my own appreciation for roughing it, doing things through hardship, becoming stronger out of hardship, resilience and all of that. So then I started watching videos about winter camping, and I loved that. Watching videos about people building stuff and living rurally and living on their homesteads, and it grew this passion in me for doing those things, and someday I will get there, but it built that love for doing things on your own and the freedom that involves. And a big part of that growth for me was watching Yakutian Laikas videos and watching winter camping videos and watching people rough it in the harshest climates and finding enjoyment in that. Yeah. It was quite beautiful and quite amazing. So, and in doing so, it's grown my love and appreciation for nature on a whole new level. Because I used to consider myself like a nature person, but like I loved like a normal hike. I didn't want to do things that were too involved. I loved like, oh yeah, like we'll sit outside and everything will be beautiful and nice and whatever, but like actually getting my hands dirty, you know, pick up a bug every once in a while, you know what I mean? Really stop and ground, climb up those hills, climb up those rocks. I mean, I find so much enjoyment, and I love true hiking now. It's it's one of my passions. I love it. So yeah, they really helped me with that. You can learn so much about the things around you, and if you find a passion in something, I've come to realize that you can use that not just as your passion, and that's fun in itself, but you can see the spiritual importance of that passion in other aspects. Like, oh, what is this actually teaching me in the spiritual realm? What is this teaching me in my life? How is this helping me throughout other aspects? And it was really cool. So yeah, that's just my little journey with the Yakutian Laika. And I wasn't really expecting to talk just about them, but I think it's cool that I did. And I think, I don't know, maybe you'll learn something or gain a new interest. Have a wonderful day.